तो इंडिया को लग चुका है, इंडिया में नहीं लगा था, ये अरहम चाहता था।
नहीं, मैंने एक्चुअली पिछला मैच देखा नहीं। मैंने एक बॉल देखी है जो पांड्या ने बाबर को कराई थी, एंड आई हैवंट वॉच्ड एनीथिंग ऑफ द लास्ट मैच।
यार पहले तो हम अपने स्पेक्टेटर को जो है वो एक शाउट आउट देना चाहते हैं जो इस कैमरे के पीछे इस वक्त मौजूद हैं, जिनके कैमरे के तवज्जुद से हम
आपको इतना
रिकॉर्ड कर रहे हैं,
नजर आ रहे हैं आज।
हाँ, जो कि बिल्कुल इंडिया पाकिस्तान के मैच के बारे में नहीं सुनना चाहती, वो बल्कि कुछ देर पहले इसी सोफे पे सीधा लेटी हुई मरी पड़ी थी। इसको जो भी कहते हैं
इसके अंदर
सोफे की बात हो रही है।
हम अपने पुराने स्टूडियो में भी वापस आ गए हैं, बाय द वे।
हाँ, यहाँ पे अरहम ने जो है इस बट एंड को इजाद किया था,
which is still it's a myth. We don't know who actually did it, but it is said
it's a myth.
Yeah.
खैर पाकिस्तान को खैर जी पाकिस्तान को भेंटा लग चुका है, और इंडियन बॉलर्स, इंडिया इज द ग्रेटेस्ट कंट्री ऑन द वर्ल्ड एवर ऑन द प्लेनेट।
They played
हमारे स्पेक्टेटर्स है हंस के
तालियां, प्लीज तालियां हो जाए।
I think that just sounds wrong.
This is going on only.
We don't know. हाँ, ये हो सकता है, इस तरह कंटेंट है।
खैर भी तालियों की आवाज आती है।
यार आप लोगों ने देख लिया टेस्ट मैच जो हुआ है अभी एशिया कप के अंदर। मेरा ख्याल है कि दिस वाज द वे टू प्रमोट टेस्ट क्रिकेट। यू नो, जय शाह ने कहा कि हम टेस्ट मैचेस
nobody saw it coming.
हाँ, except
Jay Shah. JS. Yes. Who is also joint partner at JS Bank.
यार मैं कुछ रिकॉर्ड्स की बात करना चाहता हूँ जो इस मैच में बने।
फिर हम JS पे आते हैं।
हाँ, सबसे पहले तो विराट कोहली साहब फास्टेस्ट टू 8,000 runs, 9,000 runs
at that position,
10,000 runs, 11,000 runs, 12,000 runs and 13,000 runs,
and now 14,000 runs. No,
नहीं, अभी 13 किया।
14.
Okay, 13. Yeah, 13. Yeah.
Can't believe
I mean, he'll get there if he keeps playing at Colombo, because he also now holds the record for the most consecutive centuries at a stadium, at a venue, and I think उसने 4 या 5 जो है वो किए हैं। नहीं, 4 या 5 है। पीछे से इशारे भी आ रहे हैं हमारे डायरेक्टर की तरफ से, वो नहीं होता कान में ब्रेक ले साले, वो वाला हो रहा है। I was about to swear but then I stopped myself. खैर, उनके स्पिनर्स भी चल रहे हैं, उनकी बॉल स्विंग भी हो रही है, उनके बल्ले भी पड़ रही है। हमारी दफा जो टांगे टूट जाती हैं, निकल आते हैं। स्पिनर्स फुल टॉस हैं, पेडेस्ट्रियन बॉलिंग किसी ने कहा था ट्विटर के ऊपर कि बिल्कुल जो है ना आप गली के
which also reveals a lot about our perceptions of the common pedestrian, who often does not get the respect they deserve.
It's not a walking city.
It's not a walking city.
जो भी चलेगा उसको फेंटा लग जाएगा।
बिल्कुल। So you need to be in a car to be safe here.
That's lovely.
Yeah, I think it's revealing problems in society, and I think this is something which we don't talk about enough. But yeah, we need to reimagine our cities to be more acceptable towards.
And that's directly linked to a leg spinner. I don't know how, but it will make sense when this episode comes up.
Yeah.
Eventually, we'll keep saying stuff and then it will make
Wait till the end for that. Hit like and subscribe in the meanwhile.
हाँ, और bell icon. ये वो वाला नहीं होता, we pause and then you solve the problem on your own. Yeah. Anyways, so Kuldeep Yadav got a fifer. Bumrah was bowling, I think, the best spell of his life, at least जो मैंने देखा है ODIs के अंदर. Babar was super unlucky. I don't think he was expecting Hardik Pandya of all the people to dismiss him. Great delivery, just nipped back in so sharply and clipped the top of off. I think the perfect delivery a bowler could ask for, and sent Babar home. And then pretty soon the rest of the team as well sort of joined Babar in the pavilion. I think they went back home. And later home. अगर वो बुरी तरह से नहीं हुआ तो मेरा ख्याल है कल श्रीलंका कर देगी वो कसर पूरी, क्योंकि उन्होंने जो इंडिया को भुरकस निकाला, डिस्पाइट द फैक्ट दैट दे लॉस्ट। शोएब अख्तर ने जो कहा था कि फाइट नजर आई है उनमें, वो डिफॉल्ट हो गए लेकिन उन्होंने बॉलिंग अच्छी की है। ये आपका एटीट्यूड होना चाहिए, ना हम डिफॉल्ट हुए हैं ना हमने बॉलिंग अच्छी की है। तो आई थिंक इन दोनों में से कोई एक चीज होगी तो फिर दूसरी जो है वो पूरी हो सकती है। तो मेरा ख्याल डिफॉल्ट करना पहले जरूरी है।
Yeah, because I think Sri Lanka has shown us that is what it costs. That is the price they have to pay for good bowling spells.
हाँ, और बाकी बारिश का तो आप कर लें JS आगे ऊपर तस्करा मेरा ख्याल है.
JS and you know when I said JS Bank, I want to relate that to the bank he has been making while at BCCI, because that's become a real controversy.
Yeah.
I forgot his first name, but Ugra is the name of
Bhupendra Jogi.
Ugra.
देखिए तुमने.
Ugra, some Ugra, he's a journalist.
Okay.
India का उन्होंने एक बहुत कोई 23 paged article लिखा है, 23 pages लिखे, मतलब it's a research paper. It's quite, you don't see pieces that long anymore, but काफी एक for that go to our OnlyFans at the King Pair Podcast OnlyFans.
Yeah.
But he's gone on to kind of show how over the years BCCI has been politicized by BJP, and it's almost carrying that narrative through people like Jay Shah and other political appointments which have happened. Jay Shah is not a cricketer, nor does he know much about cricket. He, I think, has probably worked with associations in the past.
We could say that same for our team.
We'll get to that. But Pakistan is political and it always has been. The only thing is we don't have that much power.
There are cricketers or not cricketers. मुझे लगता है हमें वो इफ्ती वासे वाला जो नहीं अभी चीखना शुरू कर देना चाहिए.
I think that
कि बाबर आजम किस नाम का किंग कहते हैं आप उसको.
घंटा यार. But okay, just like trying to say,
अगर आप खदीजा को देख सकते हैं आपको पता चल रहा होता कि वो कितनी गोलियां दे रही है हमें इस वक्त. इस एपिसोड में 3 लोग हैं, लेकिन एक को बस आप नहीं देख सकते, लेकिन हम देख सकते हैं, और उसकी वजह से सारा एपिसोड खराब हो रहा है. तो इफ यू फील लाइक दिस इज द शिटिएस्ट एपिसोड वी हैव डन, you know who to blame. It's Shadab Khan for his full tosses that went right across outside Pyramid Asa. मेरा ख्याल लोग बाहर खड़े हुए थे, बारिश हो रही थी और balls गिरी थी. There was either of the two.
They were even playing in the rain.
हाँ.
And those full tosses just kept coming one after the other.
यार देखो इसको कहते हैं persistent. 2 दिन उन्होंने मरवाई है अपनी. उन्होंने कहा है कि बारिश होती रहे, हमने गंदी बॉलिंग कराते रहना है, और कहीं ना कहीं हम उसको
रोक के दिखाने होंगे.
हाँ, और वो 350 खा लिए उन्होंने. I mean there's not even a word for size. 150, 250 और इतने रन ही नहीं सोचा किसी ने कि ओडीआई बच सके, कि we give 350 और नहीं. But I mean, I agree with Shoaib Akhtar. It's one of those rare circumstances where बैटिंग में बिल्कुल ही उन्होंने जो है ना वो बल्ले छोड़ दिया. उन्होंने कहा हाँ जो भी होता है, आप कुछ तो करते 250 बनाते, 275 बना के आउट हो जाते. You give some fight, you fight back, but we didn't see that from the players. I hope they perform well in Sri Lanka. Teams discuss कर सकते हैं.
नहीं, हम JS पे पहले बात करें.
अच्छा, जय शाह रह गया.
Yeah, I just started and then you interrupted me.
I don't think there's much to talk about.
No, there's a lot to talk about in that entire saga, the Jay Shaga.
That's why I was saying there's nothing to talk about.
So there's a lot of claims of or allegations of corruption coming out because the BCCI has become less and less transparent as Jay Shah has become part of the board as well. A lot of their cricketing members in the board have slowly also left, have shown opposition. I wish people could see what Khadija was doing right now.
Yeah, exactly. She's just playing with her mask.
As far as we know. But coming back to Jay Shah, they've realized that even what
लोडू आदमी है,
लोडू आदमी है, शक्ल से भी लोडू लगता है. He looks like that child जो जब क्लास खत्म होने वाली होती है तो वो कहते हैं कि मैम आप टेस्ट लेना भूल गई,
फिर वो 2 दिन का टेस्ट हो गया,
और फिर वो 2 दिन का टेस्ट कर देते हैं. क्योंकि that's and it's not for everybody, it's just for the 2 strongest students in the class.
हाँ, कि तुम दोनों लड़ो आपस में,
and I'll give you one more day to do it.
और ज़का अशरफ वहाँ पे ऐसे फॉलोज के मरीज की तरह बैठा हुआ था कि पता नहीं क्या हो गया, मुझे फैंटा चढ़ी जा रहा है, उसकी शक्ल उतरी जा रही है.
I have noticed कि we've seen like what this is the 3rd chairman in like no time, और Zaka Ashraf has done so much to kind of put his face on PCB's social media. He's in Sri Lanka, I don't know why, he's there and he's meeting all these people, he's holding these parties, and all of this content is going on PCB. I don't get why. It makes no sense, but it's very clear that one, of course, BCCI तो political है ही.
तो आपको पैगाम पहुंचाना चाह रहे हैं PCB के जो
क्या
करते रहते हैं
बिल्कुल. मेरे ख्याल से मुझे पता है Zaka Ashraf is chairman, but like
और भी लोग हैं
they are also I mean I guess उनके हाथ बंधे हैं, क्या कर सकते हैं अब उनको कहेंगे वो मेरी वीडियो बनाओ जिस भी हालत में हो वो कहे मेरे ओनली फैंस की वीडियो बनाओ, वो मना कर सकते हैं क्या?
मेरे ख्याल है इस पे काफ़ी कंट्रोवर्सी हो सकती है ट्विटर के ऊपर कि हमने किसकी तरफ इशारा करके कहा है कि आप वीडियोस बना रहे हैं ज़कात अशरफ की.
We've talked to a few of them.
I think all of them.
Or all of them maybe.
अब तो कोई नहीं बचा जिससे हमने बात ना की. ज़कात अशरफ रह गया लेकिन वो चला जाएगा 3 दिन बाद तो कोई और आ जाएगा मेरा ख्याल है. नहीं, आई होप कि ज़कात साहब रहें. You know, like
and of course if he needs a PCB podcast type of thing to continue,
there are some good podcasts out there
that
he can reach out to.
Probably don't reach out to us, we probably can't afford us either.
नहीं हम कर सकते हैं
really
at the right
I mean
price.
at the right price of course.
Like हमें 50,000 वाली नौकरी नहीं चाहिए लेकिन we need like
what, like give us like a 250 take home.
2.5 जैसे खदीजा ने मांगा था 2 लाख पीसीबी से, फिर उन्होंने कहा था नहीं.
नहीं उसने मांगा, उन्होंने कहा ठीक है, उन्होंने कहा अच्छा बट मेरे आना नहीं है, मैं वैसे चेक करी थी आपको. It's one of those two scenarios and we don't know.
सही, मुझे बहुत काटना पड़ेगा इस एपिसोड में से हमें बहुत.
You say that in every episode.
मैं कहते था ना इनकरेक्ट बातें.
वैसे तुमने पिछले वाले में जो सेंसर किया था, that's something that should,
वो हम खदीजा को बता
I can hold you hostage. हाँ वो ऑफ द रिकॉर्ड बता.
वो याद है तुम्हें सेंसर हो गया था.
पता नहीं तुमने क्यों बोला था वो.
क्या बोला था?
तुमने बोला था वो, फिर अब बाद में बताएंगे, ऑन रिकॉर्ड नहीं कह सकते.
बोला था मैंने, जो बोला था वो सेंसर नहीं हुआ था, मैं दिल्ली.
हाँ तुमने,
तुम्हारी तरह
तुम दिल्ली नहीं तुम अच्छा देखो यार, फिर इस तरह तुम मुझे वो करते हो गंदी बातें करने के ऊपर, फिर तुम्हें खुद ही एडिटिंग करनी पड़ती है.
नो मैं तो कहता हूँ कभी तुम्हारी कहीं भी बात में एडिट करना ही नहीं चाहता.
मुझे कभी लाइव शो नहीं करना चाहिए वैसे. हमने एक दफा किया था. अब बहुत मुश्किल से मैंने अपने आप को जो है ना वो रोका था. वो उधर
हमारे साथ और मेहमान थे, इसलिए
मेहमान थे, बहुत अच्छे मेहमान थे,
बड़े अच्छे थे.
आई होप वी गेट टू डू दैट फॉर द वर्ल्ड कप दो.
वी शुड टॉक टू देम. या
हाँ तुम्हारी बात नहीं हो रही.
नो that was
शफकत की बात हो रही है. शफकत की बात हो रही है.
उसकी बात
in the the Indian fans were also nice.
Those were really good. A few still kind of message in the group at times.
हाँ काफी अरसे से
इस दफा नहीं किया. I think अभी अगले मैच में फाइनल अगर होता है तो
वो हमने नहीं किया शर्मिंदगी हमारे, मेरा ख्याल है.
Yeah probably.
Yeah. Anyways, on to more serious topics. I think Pakistan was the favorite for this Asia Cup. They are no more.
And now they're favorites for the World Cup.
I mean, it's very obvious that India has come out a more balanced side. I have not seen a stronger Indian side in the past few years, at least, with like such great bowlers as well. ये बहुत कम होता है और उनकी सबकी फॉर्म भी लगी हुई है. यानी कि हार्दिक पांड्या विकेट ले रहा है. नॉट टू से कि वो अच्छा नहीं, बट लाइक आपको लग रहा था कि आपने बुमराह और सिराज की ओवर सी ऑफ कर दिया और फिर पांड्या आके बाबर की विकेट ले जाता है. सो और फिर कुलदीप फाइफर ले जाते हैं. आई मीन ऑन अ विकेट दैट वी थिंक हैज नो स्पिन एट ऑल. एंड देन आई मीन देयर टॉप 4 इज जस्ट ब्रिलियंट. रोहित वाज इन फॉर्म एंड KL Rahul, Shubman Gill was just a class act, honestly. Shubman and Virat Kohli were just so brilliant, and I think Khadija agrees. Kohli, I mean, यार मैं क्या कह सकता हूँ उस बंदे के बारे में.
Yeah.
It's
formidable, I think. Any
not
other
a greater,
adjective that comes to your mind?
I don't think I've seen a greater batsman.
Yeah.
In my life.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen a better bowler either.
Kohli जैसा.
Yeah.
हाँ.
Yeah.
उसने एक विकेट ली थी. एक या दो किसकी ली थी उसने?
No idea.
Okay. Kevin Peters, वो देखो हमारी research. Yeah, this is so useful. Like they
so
are even live stats.
Wow.
I think Virat Kohli has KP's wicket.
No,
Has he ever bowled to
no,
KP?
it's not KP's wicket. It's someone else's.
Okay.
Sure.
We are searching it up.
To KP. But anyway, we had to talk about tomorrow's match. So, Kal Pakistan is facing off in a virtual semi-final against Sri Lanka. And being the cool boys that they are, they've already announced the team. We have big changes. Mohammad Haris is in place of Fakhar Zaman. Yeah. I'm actually okay with that change. I think Haris is a brilliant fielder.
I agree.
And he's a brilliant.
उसकी performance बहुत अच्छी है.
Yeah, I think उसने one-day cricket खैर इतनी खेली नहीं, but
डरता भी नहीं, अच्छी बात है.
Yeah, I think the way he came on to the scene in the T20 World Cup, I mean that was big pressure matches. और फिर the way he also led the emerging team to to victory in the Asia Cup, the emerging Asia Cup, just like a month ago, I think.
Yeah.
So I think वो है यार, he has that. I think it's. I mean, Fakhar Zaman is a good, really good player, just not in form, and that's okay.
Yeah. Our researcher is slower than us. I think.
Yeah, I think we.
It's just Virat Kohli has not taken any wicket, any ODI or Test or T20 wicket.
T20 है यार.
उसकी wicket.
I know है. ये देखें. Yoga.
He has 4 wickets. What's the biggest wicket? Like सबसे बड़ी wicket.
He has a big one.
Callis की तो नहीं ली उसने
wickets.
कभी. Callis की ली हुई है उसने.
Callis की नहीं ली हुई. Callis ने उसकी ली होगी.
Callis ने उसकी ली हुई है. She has no names either.
Okay. Anyway, let's just move on then. Pakistan faces off Sri Lanka. I'm scared. I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling safe. I'm not feeling anything at this point. I just think we've.
खासकर उनके home ground पे जिसके बाद उन्होंने इंडिया को इतना tough time दिया है.
10 विकेटें स्पिनर्स ने ली हैं. And that is exactly.
और हमारे पास एक भी नहीं है. Sorry to say, और जो एक है उसकी form नहीं लगी हुई तो. Sorry to say. उसकी भी form नहीं लगी हुई तो. Nawaz bhi hai. And
I think this, Nawaz hai, but like this really puts up the question. Someone like, okay, now for the 50 over format, I think you can get. We need someone who can bowl long spells as well. And we had like a mystery bowler as a brother. I feel like they missed out the opportunity to give.
Squad mein nahi hai na wo.
Nahi. He's not even like in contention.
Okay.
So
wow.
It was just it's pretty disappointing to see that they didn't give him enough opportunities up to the World Cup.
Yeah.
But also I think that shows you how insignificant ODI is becoming outside of the... Yeah, wow.
क्या है वो?
इसने हमसे तकरीबन 10 फुट दूर एक स्क्रीन
फ्लिप की है.
13 इंच की स्क्रीन उसने एक हमारे सामने रख दी, expecting us to do this. Yes, thank you.
Mystery bowler.
It's Alistair Cook.
इसने Alistair Cook की wicket ली.
Sir Alistair Cook की 2011 में.
Got offended.
Quinton de Kock.
Sir.
That's a solid.
Brendan McCullum.
ओए यार ये अच्छी.
Did he walk down to him? Did you walk down to him?
McCullum.
Big unit.
और एक और बंदा है जिसका मुझे नाम नहीं बोल आ रहा.
Try it.
Craig
McMillan.
Guy
Sweater bro, England का.
मुझे नहीं पता.
Craig Sweater.
But like
wet his keys.
That happens.
ये images भी.
ये लेटा क्यों हुआ है? अच्छा ये मुझे नहीं पता क्या हो रहा है. Okay, these are just images. We're just looking at it. Virat Kohli, the sexy man.
You're welcome.
Thank you though, yeah.
Sexy indeed.
यार बहुत hot.
That should be the tagline for this.
Come on.
With his 8-pack Kohli picture.
हाँ. 8-pack and 73
and
international
Khadija popping out of those abs or something.
73 international centuries है ना उसकी.
77 international.
77 हो गई हैं.
77.
वो पहुंच सकते हैं.
2 away from Sachin's ODI record.
हाँ 47 है. और सचिन का 49 है.
Yeah.
और उसके नीचे कोई 30 पे है कोई ब्रो पता नहीं कौन है.
रोहित और I think एक और tired है.
हाँ someone. I mean it's still a race against time but 100 centuries.
34 now. I think he's got like what his fitness he can play like 10 years ago.
कितनी चाहिए उसको? 23 centuries. That's a big.
I mean
ask.
the thing is the leading format now is T20 and
मुश्किल है. मुश्किल है लेकिन टेस्ट में अगर वो नहीं T20s में वो शुरू हो जाए तो वो मार लेता है.
नहीं मार तो लेता है लेकिन कितना ही चांस मिलता है आपको.
हाँ ट्रू. उसको वैसे मिल जाता है. उसने क्या है हाई स्कोर उसका T20s में?
He has the same as Babar, 122.
Yeah. Damn. Khair, Babar has never performed well against India. Stats were showing this the other day.
Except the T20 World Cup.
उसमें कितना मारा था बाबर ने? हाँ, बस I think एक आधी performance थी. His average is 26 or something. I was checking against India. Against Indian ODI. For a number 1 batsman, he should perform against India. I don't know क्या होता है India के खिलाफ. Maybe the pressure gets to him. Captaincy also, I mean, is a difficult ask और वो आपके सेट पे होती है हर वक्त. फिर वो miscalculate भी कर देते हैं number of overs बीच में कभी.
Nasiim भी कितने रहते हैं? हाँ, no one.
तो कोई भी नहीं रहता अब तो. I mean, given his nigger. So Zaman is also there, but is he really there?
He's like a thong, as we were discussing earlier. I think you'll require a lot more context for this, but
वो खदीजा दे सकती है. आपको comments में डाल देगी.
I think you can actually talk more about this. You have pictures.
फिर मुझे फिर से सेंसर करना पड़ेगा.
नहीं, please go ahead.
हर चीज़ लेकिन
context.
Yeah, you do know our family watches this podcast more than anyone else.
I mean, your family was involved.
Oh, Khadija ke movie. Hi, auntie.
Oh, hi.
Anyways, on to the thong now. So it's just the idea that, you're not, essentially not wearing something, but you still are technically, right?
Yeah.
And that's what Zaman is. You don't have a baller, but, like you, on paper, you do.
Like, and he's giving you something right at the death.
हाँ बिल्कुल
like end पे, it's just like that little effort you need to put in.
लेकिन हो सकता है बताया उसके 10 विक्टिम मिल जाए उसको फिर हम ये प्ले करके कहें कि हम मरवा ली हमने
Sure.
That's possible but highly improbable. उसके बाद शाहीन एक बच गया पीछे, उसको भी हाथ में चोटें लगी हुई हैं और एक आधे मैच की देर है वो भी इंजर हो जाएगा, तो वर्ल्ड कप के लिए वो भी बाहर गया.
Wow, we're seeing some assault now.
You saw the cushion come at me. Anyways,
the cushion what?
Come at me.
Okay.
Come down on me. Big man. I'm not watching it. It's
down.
raining now.
Okay. How is your eyesight?
This is Premadasa now. Jay Shah, is that you? अच्छा जी, सम अप करते हैं, प्रेडिक्शंस दीजिए, एशिया कप की प्रेडिक्शंस दीजिए, बल्कि खदीजा आपसे ही लेनी है हमने.
I sense it's going to be a Sri Lanka India final.
Okay.
And I think because of again where this is and just the Sri Lanka on their upswing are also pretty strong team. I'd give it to them.
So तुम्हें लग रहा है you'd give it to them? Okay.
I'd give it to Sri Lanka for the Asia Cup.
Okay. Who would you give the Asia Cup to?
Jay Shah.
What's your guess, Khadija? What's the final?
नहीं, मैं तो हमेशा पाकिस्तान को कहूँगी. I don't care.
So Pakistan versus Pakistan.
Yes. And Pakistan will win.
Yeah. I think Pakistan will still lose. Given their form. बारिश हो जाएगी. यार आई थिंक श्रीलंका जीत सकता है, लेकिन हमारी आदत है हारते हैं तो फिर निकल ही जाते हैं टूर्नामेंट से. लेकिन आई थिंक कि पाकिस्तान जीत जाएगा श्रीलंका से.
हमारी आदत है हम हारते हैं फिर
नहीं, अगर हम एंड पे हारते हैं तो फिर हम हारना शुरू हो जाते हैं. लाइक हाँ, अगर हम शुरू में हारते हैं देन वी डू वेल.
नहीं, बट
इसका शुरू है
क्या हमने शुरू में बांग्लादेश और नेपाल खेला है.
एग्जैक्टली एग्जैक्टली. नाउ वी स्टार्टेड लूजिंग.
Okay. Fair enough.
I mean, it supports your theory that Sri Lanka will proceed.
Oh yeah.
If anything, but no, I don't think so. I think Pakistan जीत जाएगा श्रीलंका से और पाकिस्तान इंडिया फाइनल होगा. और it's difficult to say who wins because I will still say कि teams बहुत close हैं. But India is in great form.
Close तो हैं बहुत, and we've seen that off the
लेकिन उनकी
field.
form लग गई है ना इंडिया की. They're like
I mean,
spinners in
you
form.
guys have seen off the field, Shaheen giving Bumrah that gift on. So the teams are very close.
Have you guys seen the Shadab and Virat Kohli games?
Yes, there's something going on.
Yeah, ये मैं I agree with
I didn't get
Shreya
it
कि
though.
बदतमीजी होनी चाहिए. वो
हाँ,
गालियाँ शालियाँ
बदतमीजी.
दो को, यानी मामी गालियाँ दो. तुम लोग होटल रूमों की बातें करो मियाँ दाद की तरह, नकल उतारो एक दूसरे. क्या ये हार के चले जाते हैं.
There's too much respect. I feel like there could be friends and all and whatever.
Yeah, they need to be disrespectful.
But yes.
Unprofessional, disrespectful, uncouth.
Okay.
Rough and destructive. That's what they should be for the next.
Hard.
All of those wrong words. And I think that's when they'll win. Otherwise,
maybe I think this is also it's this real fetishization of like violence and why don't these players make an OnlyFans where they just fight with each other?
I think you're too obsessed with an idea of an OnlyFans. I think they just need to.
That's my main source of revenue.
Yeah.
Anyway, our main source of revenue at this point.
Pakistan वापस आ रहे हैं. श्रीलंका से जहाज उधर है.
Wow.
Teams back already. They know they forfeited the tournament.
I mean, I also want to show express some empathy towards the Pakistan team. They've been traveling a lot over the last 2 weeks. That's all.
Or kiya na, I don't know. They went from.
So it's about 6 flights, I think,
Yeah.
or something like that. I don't know.
चलो ठीक है.
That's crazy. And India's been there the whole time. Fatigue. I mean, I'm sure, especially the fast bowlers. It must
नहीं
be
तो इंडिया भी 3 मैचेस तो उसने खेल लिए लगातार. यानी कि
matches
एक मैच 2 दिन खेला और फिर उसके अगले दिन श्रीलंका के साथ खेला. So they've been playing for 3 consecutive days. Full ODIs, that's a lot.
That's fine. I think that's.
That's fine, but the travel is tough on the field.
Travel बहुत मुश्किल होता है.
हाँ, तो but like also playing 3 times in a row is difficult. Like what I'm saying is कि it's not कि someone is less tired. शायद नेपाल हो less
I
tired.
disagree with that.
No.
But I don't think
Like 3 days in a row isn't as tough.
it's very difficult since
Especially when
national
it's not
cricket.
Flight
not a
पे
full
घूमना
match.
नहीं है.
क्या हो?
आधे मैचेस में वो बैठ के लेट गए थे वहाँ
Yeah,
एक दूसरे के ऊपर चला गए मार रहे थे पकौड़े खा रहे थे
international cricket is still different.
International travel is tough too.
यार क्या 4 घंटे की फ्लाइट है श्रीलंका पहुंच जाएगी.
कितनी फ्लाइट है 6 घंटे की
नहीं 4
4 घंटे से भी कम होगी.
नहीं 4 की है.
हाँ कुछ इस तरह ही है. I mean he's been there तो तुम भी थक गए थे 10 दिन के लिए.
बहुत नहीं 10 दिन के लिए नहीं
वो बैक एंड उन्होंने किया है और फिर मैचेस भी खेला फिर वापस गए.
They just played bad cricket.
हाँ ऑफ
ठीक है
कोर्स
ये
वो कोई भी नहीं कह रहा लेकिन फैक्टर होता है थकना.
यार कुछ नहीं होता ये बस बुरी क्रिकेट खेल.
Yeah, Kumail just knows from his years.
निगल किस चीज से जहाज पे बैठे निकल आए उनको ओवरस्ट्रेच कर दिए उन्होंने भी टांगे. Like क्या मतलब
I never related that to it. I'm just saying the players must be fatigued because of
और लेंथ भी खराब हो जाती है उससे.
थके ना होंगे यार.
हाँ but like
when you're not in the real right headspace maybe.
सिर्फ शाहीन नहीं थका था. नसीम नहीं थका था.
नहीं नसीम को भी पड़ी थी.
नहीं नसीम was bowling.
स्टार्ट में नसीम का बहुत.
देखो I don't think कि
इतना कोई.
हाँ I don't think वो वाली ठीक है like tired like वो होता है लेकिन.
No I think they generally just weren't. It wasn't your day basically.
Yeah but I think it's just one of those days type.
Yeah.
And like.
यार मैं इस थ्योरी से थोड़ा सा डिसएग्री शायद करूं क्योंकि खास तौर पे अब आफ्टर द bowlers being injured it's very difficult to win the tournament.
Asia Cup that's why मतलब अभी fit होते तो I would have a different opinion but
I think right now चलो rest करना है Asia.
I mean Naseem has been our best.
नसीम बहुत खूबसूरत.
पर नसीम की एक थ्योरी आई है कि नसीम वो टेस्ट मैच लेंथ करता है तो उसके बहुत लाइक वो होती है कि अच्छा वो आ जाएगी but he's not targeting stumps. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I agree. लेकिन
that is true, but also,
I like this.
I think it's really good. He looks really, really good. I think even in the T20 World Cup, we saw he was bowling so good.
But he wasn't.
It just seemed like he was getting so unlucky and not getting wickets. And he does have that Test match length and line even.
Yeah.
लेकिन पता है Wasim Akram was talking about this in the commentary box. He was like, with great batsmen, that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Like you can't get them out like Shaheen is trying to with every ball. कि वो बस अंदर आए हर दफा. You have to set them up. Or maybe he's like, faltering with 1 or 2 deliveries which he could bowl inward. Yeah, शायद वो skill थोड़ा develop होगा with international cricket. But even if you see top bowlers like Wasim वगैरह, वो इसी तरह होता था. Like 3-4 outswingers होती थी and then suddenly one would nip back in. And I think the only thing Bumrah and Naseem are separated by in terms of class is that Bumrah can bowl an in-swinger whenever he wants to.
Yes.
And that's what sets him up. Naseem is only basing it off of his like
and he does have a very good in-dipper as well. He has when he gets it right, he bowls it so well. Like I think one of the best in the world.
So he needs to perhaps try to get the ball in as well. क्योंकि बाहर से फिर ये होगा कि वो लक पे ही होगा हमेशा. अगर लग भी गया तो क्या इफ्ती छोड़ देगा वो फर्स्ट और सेकंड स्टेप के बीच में.
Or as you even talk about like in the World Cup final, you saw that entire spell. It was fine. You could say he was unlucky as well, but it's like those outswingers were so good that the batsman couldn't even get near them.
और वो ज़रूरी होते हैं यार. I mean आपको डर लगता है, आपको पता चलता है यार कोई वर्ल्ड क्लास बॉलर्स आ रहे हैं and you have to see them off and that adds to the pressure, right? In any case. यार बाकी वो विकेटें लेनी चाहिए थी मेरा ख्याल है कि चलो.
Our spin is like fucked.
Okay. On the spin, what would your solution be for this current predicament?
Yeah,
I think it's too late to be honest.
What
I
would
think
you
Abrar
do?
should have been ready. I feel like what would I do?
अभी like I would ask Shadab to find his length. वो बहुत ज़रूरी है.
But then why do you think? I've been thinking about this. Why would you bowl full toss? Like what was that bowling?
Yeah, it just seems like he's out of practice.
But like he's been playing cricket for a while right now.
पता नहीं यार कभी बार फॉर्म निकल जाती है आपको नहीं पता चलता वो कि क्यों निकलती है लेकिन he's just not finding the right length.
लेकिन ये तो प्रॉब्लम है.
और अगर वो लेकर आ जाए तो I'm not saying कि हम जीत जाएंगे उसको 5 विकेटें या 10 विकेटें मिल जाएंगी मैच में लेकिन it will be much better than what it is right now. वो 24 रन नहीं खाएगा ओवर के अंदर और ये उसको भी पता है.
Yeah. So अभी उसने नेपाल के against 4 wickets ली. वो that was because वो नेपाल था and they couldn't whatever.
Also,
was he
the problem is
genuinely doing well?
I think which we saw in the India match both times he becomes a lot flatter, a lot quicker, not giving the ball enough loop. That's something that was being talked about in commentary. I think that's a big problem. As a leg spinner, I think, and that's what you get out of Test match cricket is उसमें तो आप constantly chance दे रहे होते हैं ना batsman to go for it.
लेकिन शादाब is famous for being like clever as well. ये तो बिल्कुल ही dead bowling.
हाँ, it's not clever bowling.
Yeah,
And
but
when
it's
he
like-
even when he's trying to mix it up, so he's bowling too short then.
Yeah.
और वो short भी बहुत slow होती है, just giving too much space and too much time for the batsman. अगर वो cross corner पे भी एक fielder रख देता है तो back foot पे आके cut कर देता है उसको, right? Like there's just so much time there.
I wonder if it's a role issue as well. Like when he's coming on to bowl in those middle overs, what is his purpose? Like to take wickets? Is it
Spinner.
to
He
stop
should take
runs?
wickets.
Spin तो मतलब उस
He
time
should
तो
just
wickets
take
ही
wickets,
लेते
yeah.
हैं.
और मुझे
Play a
लगता
power play.
और I think he needs to set the batsman up as well. With the wrong one, you have to set them up first properly.
He's just making it really easy. I
हाँ,
feel.
और सेटिंग अप का मतलब ये होता है कि आप एक कंसिस्टेंट लेंथ पे बॉल को फेंको. जब तक आप वो नहीं कर सकते तब तक आप सेटअप भी नहीं कर सकते बैट्समैन को.
Yeah.
And that's when the wrong one will be useful. ये नहीं होगा आप 3 full tosses लेग स्पिन के फेंको और फिर आप एक wrong one फेंको मुझे विकेट मिल जाएगी. You have to bowl at the same place honestly, even with the line.
ऐसे जो रोहित की भी विकेट मिली है, I didn't think that was like an exceptional ball.
हाँ.
Mm.
I think रुक रही थी वहाँ पे थोड़ी सी बॉल पिच के ऊपर. उसकी भी और उससे अगली विकेट जो थी शुभमन गिल की भी जो शाहीन ने ली थी वो भी थोड़ी सी रुक रही थी तो वो लॉब हो गई थी. But हाँ.
But I mean, again, he's perhaps bowling too quick in the air. Probably.
हो सकता है.
Sometimes, I mean, in Australia that's great because the ball will come on faster. In Sri Lanka it'll just
हाँ, I mean Sri Lanka is a
come
land of
easily on the bat,
spinners.
but like
Maybe it's
if
a
you-
vocational thing as well. Like for example, अगर अभी इसने नेपाल में खेला, but then again इसने
I mean,
Gaddafi में भी hit
think
किया था.
Murali, right? Like
Yeah.
these wickets have produced greats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Murali was
Yeah.
like what bowled 50 miles an hour at
हाँ,
like
हाँ.
55.
Maybe he
और-
doesn't understand कि इस
lethal.
विकेट पे कितनी स्पीड पे करनी चाहिए.
Yeah. Maybe he
Because he
needs to
hasn't
get in
played
touch
that
with
much
Murali.
Yeah.
That might really help.
Murali's bowled leg spin as well. So
अच्छा वो जब
Chuck
चक वाला
पे
मसला हो गया था.
हाँ.
हाँ.
Anyway,
What about Nawaz?
Nawaz is I think good. I think जितना
But
भी
he
spin
hasn't
मैंने
been
देखा
lucky
है
as well. वो भी इंडिया मैच में उसे कोई विकेट नहीं मिली. He also went for runs. And also I think अभी बांग्लादेश वाले में
यार
खेला.
नवाज का वही है कि अगर स्पिन ना गिरे तो उसको विकेट मिल जाती है. In the sense कि वो सीधी अंदर आ जाए. But उससे ज़्यादा मैंने सोच करके नहीं देखा.
But again, it's like set up, right? Like a lot of these guys haven't played Test cricket. None of our spinners have played Test cricket. I think that's okay.
लेकिन नवाज I would not consider him a full time option.
Okay.
Like you need an off
You
spinner.
need like an.
You need a
Abrar.
Saeed Ajmal or an Abrar. हाँ, Abrar is like someone who
He's
can
like-
receive like
But then फिर वो देखो
Murli
ना,
type. receive
नवाज
कर
और
सको आप.
शादाब के साथ एडवांटेज होता है कि they're all rounders, right?
हाँ.
अबरार
But I'm also
They're
wondering, like,
upside.
do you
वो
need?
कर क्या रहे हैं
Do
वो?
you need it? Like,
हाँ.
like do
Even
you
as
need
all
it?
rounders, right? Like even as batsmen ने क्या किया अभी तक?
अच्छा, what do you guys think about the Salman and Iftikhar वाला?
I think I'm good with them. I think they're doing okay.
ठीक है. I mean अभी तक उनको हाँ. I mean it's fine.
Like
I
we
don't
need to
see
let
any-
it settle as well. We don't need
हाँ.
to change the middle order now.
हाँ.
But do you think we have someone who can go at the end and do like an Asif Ali type situation?
Iftikhar.
कर सकता है. इफ्ती कर सकता है. नवाज ने भी किया.
Aga can hit too.
in the past.
Nawaz can hit.
हाँ.
Shadab can hit.
हाँ. I think it's not even about the last overs. हम पास नहीं पहुंच रहे. Right? Like
Yeah.
first we have to build an innings from the top order. Bowling भी आपकी अच्छी नहीं चाहिए. You need to restrict them to a good total.
I mean, if he did score 100, didn't he? So like he's shown
हाँ.
that
हाँ.
potential for that
Yes.
position.
Yes, for sure. But they need to stabilize the match before they get to like इतना भी कि वो close हो सके.
I think Haris is a great inclusion because I don't think Fakhr was playing his role.
हाँ.
No,
Of
Fakhr hasn't
attacking
been
from the top.
performing for a while, right?
हाँ, like he's not attacking from the top if it's just going to keep building up.
हाँ. उसका
But do you
एकदम
think that
special
Harris
होता
is
था.
like हमारा specialty यही थी ODI कि हमारा top जो है they were the predominantly scoring the runs.
Yeah.
Do you think this is a good thing right now going into a World
I
Cup
don't
कि आप एक
think they
नया
have an
बच्चा ला
option,
रहे
to
हो?
be honest. I think they want to try him out before the World
Also,
Cup ताकि
Haris ने
World Cup में
ODI
जाके अगर कुछ हो तो option.
Harris ने ODI
Yeah.
में debut किया हुआ है. I don't think he scored like anything.
But he hasn't like played in the top order, so.
He hasn't played in the top order. He played on number 4.
I don't know if that's a good decision or not. वैसे मुझे आज तक एक चीज समझ नहीं आई. Slightly tangential. लेकिन बाबर क्यों नहीं करता open ODIs में?
I don't know. It's like a best batter type thing, I think. जैसे टेस्ट में
लेकिन
होता है कि
T20s
आपका
में तो करता
4 में
है वो.
करे. I don't know.
Like I genuinely think कि he is the only person who could deal with that sort of.
And he's the best batter against pace.
You send your best batter out अगर इतने अच्छे bowlers हैं right off the bat, right? Like अगर आपने पहले 6 ओवर निकालने हैं तो आप भेजो बाबर को फिर you know like to show
Yeah.
class to lead from the front.
Yeah.
Like why don't you?
Yeah.
आप एक विकेट गिरने का इंतजार करते हो फिर प्रेशर में आता है फिर दूसरी भी गिर जाती है फिर.
But I mean, in Babar's defense as well, I would say that the opening stand was
They've been
one of the
doing
best in the
well. I
world.
mean, Fakhar and Imam have been doing
Imam
well.
have
that's true.
so many
They have
runs.
like pata nahi
There's
kitne
also no
100
case for
stats.
him to go up.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So they've been doing. I think Fakhar is just out of touch, honestly speaking.
Yeah.
And they've like I feel like the bowlers have found like some, chink in his bow, especially with your wide length करते हैं ना.
यार उसकी टेक्निक तो कभी भी अच्छी नहीं थी. I think there's this.
I never liked him as a batsman. He just ends up performing in high pressure.
Which is great and which makes him a great player to have. And हर किसी की टेक्निक नहीं होती. I don't know if you've heard of that story जो Champions Trophy में जब select किया इंतज़ाम ने hadn't seen him bat before that and he saw him play in the nets there at in England and he's like इसको मैंने पहले अगर देख लिया होता ना बैटिंग करते हुए नेट्स में तो मैं इसको सेलेक्ट ही ना करता because he looks that bad
I mean उसका रोहित वाला मसला
which is great yeah he looks
वो खैर रोहित से ज़्यादा ही बड़ा मसला है टांग नहीं हिलाता वो अपनी लेकिन when he just starts to work and there's no other explanation
with Fakhar it's like you almost know very early on in his innings if he's going to get something
उसका confidence पता चल जाता है कि
अगर उससे मिडल नहीं हो रही तो वो नहीं होगी लेकिन अगर वो होगी तो पहले ओवर में 24 रन मार देगा
जैसे जो अभी वाला मैच था उसमें it was so horrible to watch ऐसे it was horrible
but मतलब यही होता है with great batsmen कोहली अपनी कोई पहली 20 या 30 बॉल्स तक जो है वो कनेक्ट नहीं कर सकता था हर चीज एज होके उसके बैट पे लगी थी with the Shaheen bowling and with the Shaheen spell but I mean he ended up getting in touch like और यही होते हैं great players के they get in touch during the match right like they get in form they're like we don't care if we're out of form
but then वही बात ना कि अगर आप फखर को अभी निकाल रहे हो like right now giving him some rest or something
I think they'll bring back Fakhar into
no he will be back I think that's
for the World Cup I think they'll bring Fakhar back but they just want to see के Haris as a backup option कैसा रहेगा give him a couple of chances
right arm है ना Haris
yeah
the left arm right
I think so
but I'd love to see Haris kind of
but Haris ने अभी जो emerging Asia Cup मैंने final देखा था उसमें तो उसने बहुत ही shitty shot मार के out हुआ
but like that was just the final right he did and he didn't I don't know how many runs he had
what about the Tahir
I don't know who that is
that is he's a lower order batter उसने final में 100 किया था
अच्छा
emerging Asia Cup
okay
plays for Karachi Kings
don't know
yeah
I mean dubious हाँ लेकिन dubious choice है वैसे फखर को निकाला लेकिन ठीक है अगर आप थोड़ा तगड़ी choice भी है मैं कहूँगा कि ठीक है ना like you're taking that risk and it's worth taking अगर आपको लग रहा है आपका टॉप ऑर्डर वीक है थोड़ा सा और वो फॉर्म में नहीं है तो ठीक है शादाब क्यों खेल रहे हैं मुझे अभी तक ये नहीं पता टू बी वेरी
वाइस कैप्टन
तो वाइस कैप्टन
तो धोनी भी बाहर बैठा हुआ है एज कैप्टन
टेस्ट का वाइस कैप्टन रिजवान है बट ही वाजंट
yeah but this is also like Pakistan no like I mean यहाँ इस तरह की सिलेक्शन बहुत रेयरली मैंने देखी है कि मतलब अभी अफगानिस्तान की सीरीज में जाके उन्होंने पहली दफ़ा शादाब को कैप्टनसी दे दी फॉर द T20 टीम वरना उससे पहले कब दी है
हाँ लेकिन यार
like they don't make decisions like
they could have sat him out
but then who would play
I don't know
Osama
that's a good
Mir?
question
Osama Mir is with the squad and I think he's a decent bowler
कर लेते try
I think अगर उनको like for like replacement चाहिए I think Osama Mir is the only good option they have in place of Shadab but I don't think they're going to do it
हाँ
I think it's
ये तो मसला spinners है ही नहीं हमारे पास to start with
yeah और Osama Mir को भी अच्छी खासी मार पड़ी थी पहले तो
true
so like who are you going to
एक
Osama
और
Mir
पेसर
को सारे अफगानिस्तान वाली सीरीज में यूज किया है
what about
Yeah,
one
he
more
didn't do well,
what about one more pacer
I actually
wild
don't
idea but like 5
I actually no not 4 pacers फहीम को निकाले and
फहीम को निकालें और लेकिन शादाब को
वसीम को
खेलने
ले
दें
I don't know man I
Shahnawaz
think आप जिन विकेट्स के साथ पे जा रहे हो
50
हाँ,
overs.
मैं कह रहा हूँ 5 pacers
5 but I don't think you can do that
I think you
as
can do that.
a captain it's also a problem because you also need to get through overs quickly
क्या मतलब हाँ नहीं तो हमें जो छक्के पड़ रहे हैं बॉल वहाँ से लानी पड़ती है
चलो वो भी है
मीलों दूर से
What do you guys think about Salman as a bowler?
I think he's a good addition to the squad but I was surprised to see him getting more overs than Iftikhar I think Iftikhar को हम T20s में बहुत यूज़ करते आ रहे थे I felt like natural progression यही थी कि उसको one day में भी यूज़ करेंगे they didn't use him as much as I
Test में
thought
उसने अच्छी bowling की Salman from what I remember
he was fine I mean he's not a bowler like you okay remember like 2015 World Cup में we went in with like no pacer basically we had Ehsan Adil replace Mohammad Irfan at the end and उसके साथ ही we had Yunus Khan as a part-time medium pacer in the world.
I don't remember.
It was insane.
I don't remember this.
Yunus Khan was bowling medium pace.
Yunus Khan is in like
Yunus Khan, the
as in-
batter.
The legend.
Have you guys forgotten? Yunus Khan was bowling in Australia
मुझे नहीं याद
Oh
है.
my
in
god,
matches
this is
because
so amusing.
we were bowling and we keep making this mistake of playing one pacer less every time.
मैं तो
It's
कह रहा
so
हूँ भाई
ridiculous.
5 पैसे खिलाओ.
नहीं,
That's
but
my
so
idea.
ridiculous.
But like I don't know.
It's
Fahim
like
का मुझे नहीं
this
पता.
constant fear which they have कि like हमने 8 बैट्समैन खिलाने हैं कि अगर कोलैप्स हो अबे इतना कोलैप्स हो गया तो 8 बैट्समैन
Play 5 pacers and you will win the match. मैं बता रहा हूँ.
But do you
देखो
guys think Fahim should be there right now?
5 pacers में और कौन होगा?
नहीं और नहीं, मैं Fahim का पूछूंगा.
Yeah, I
Because
personally
Fahim का वो advantage आ जाता है कि
don't
he's an all-rounder.
rate him that highly as
Same.
a bowler
Same.
for 50 over cricket. T20 में I could make a case, but like not 50. I don't think he's got enough experience.
So then rather than that आप नवाज को खिलाओ, एक spin नया option and then
करवा लो आप 4 पेसर्स तो खिलाओ ना 4 तो
I think
खिलाओ।
Wasim
कौन चार?
has. I think Wasim makes a very good case for
Wasim
India.
is such a
He's
good
been
pick.
doing
I-
really
Wasim,
good in
Zaman,
India.
Dahani and Shaheen.
I think Wasim had no reason for being dropped in the
Wasim
front.
Yeah.
बहुत अच्छा player है.
बहुत अच्छा.
Wasim is brilliant.
I agree.
And
He's such a
and-
good fielder as well. He's
Yo,
got
he's
one
a
of the
gun
best
fielder.
throwers
Yes.
in the field.
But I think ODI के
काफी-
अंदर in general इसने debut उसमें ऑस्ट्रेलिया वाले मैच में किया था ना, जो ऑस्ट्रेलिया सीरीज हुई थी उसमें ही debuted.
I think he played
हाँ.
before. No, I
नहीं
think
नहीं ODI debut
he
उसका I
played.
think ODI was the था.
Wasn't it against West Indies?
I don't know, ऑस्ट्रेलिया वाली.
Because
That's
he had
what
a
I
very brilliant series against the West Indies. He has an amazing strike
He
rate
had a
as well.
good series. Or start में he was going for runs, and then the third ODI I think he got like about 3 wickets Australia वाली में, from what I remember. But I think he makes a very good case. His numbers are one of some of the
उसकी
top
line और
ones.
length बहुत अच्छी है. He hits the top of off
Yeah.
consistently.
Yeah.
बहुत.
मैंने नहीं देखा किसी को ये करते हुए. Like
Yeah,
he
so I think he makes
aggressively
a
He has a
case.
brilliant Yorker. I love
Yeah,
him. He
yeah.
has a very solid Yorker.
No, I think he makes a very strong case.
He
for
can
it.
do death, middle, and open as well.
मैं
अगर
तो
थोड़ी
उनकी
सी
कह रहा
batting
हूँ
सीख लेना.
I will stay with 5 pacers.
5 पे.
देखो अगर आपके पास स्पिन नहीं है ना,
But
like
in-
आपको
in
मानना
like-
पड़ेगा कि आपकी लेग स्पिन की फॉर्म नहीं लगी हुई, आपके पास कोई बैकअप स्पिनर नहीं है,
फिर
ठीक है,
पेस ही करो.
go with 5 pacers, attack,
Hmm.
ठीक है, attack the stumps और विकेटें लो.
I can go with this idea because then you still have Iftikhar, Agha,
हाँ है ना part
even
time
Shadab
spinners.
if you want, right?
हाँ,
Even with the
ठीक
5
है.
papers you can have pacers, you can have
एक तो
Shadab in the
निकाल
team.
दो. हाँ अगर नवाज को नहीं खिलाना तो शादाब को खिलाओ.
हाँ.
But I don't know.
We don't really know anything.
I think
right
that
now. It's
is
just-
how this episode should
Yeah,
end, and
yeah.
maybe that's how this Asia Cup will also
we
go.
know nothing, Jesha.